Magic Mushrooms? From Eve's Garden to My Granny's Microdosing by Agüita. Narrated by Vanessa Weller. Chapter 3. The Sacred Elixir of Demeter. Demeter is the goddess who brings light to the cycles of the cultivated lands: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Birth, growth, bearing fruit, and dying to be reborn in the next spring. Agricultural communities venerate her, and women perform rituals to nature in her name, because from her they obtain sustenance, health, and well-being. I dedicated my last year of university to research on the goddess Demeter and her mysteries. My advisor used to say that researchers don't choose their topics. The topics choose the researchers. The day my father told me the myth of Demeter and Persephone was the day the topic chose me. My father was a farmer, a man of the land who loved Greek mythology and therefore loved Demeter, the goddess of agriculture. On Sundays after lunch, he used to take a nap, and upon waking up, he liked to read fragments of Greek mythology to the family. Thus, the turbulent and passionate lives of the gods and goddesses of Olympus filled our living room and stirred my imagination. One day, Persephone, Demeter's beloved daughter, was picking flowers in the field, accompanied by an entourage of nymphs, when suddenly the earth opened with a loud rumble, and a chariot pulled by 2 black horses emerged. It was driven by a figure with an invisible face, who in the blink of an eye reached out, firmly grabbed Persephone, and abducted her amidst the cries and wails of the nymphs. Demeter's pain over her daughter's disappearance was immense. It is said that her tears were so many that they watered the field. But the goddess did not give up. She dressed in black as a sign of mourning and left Olympus. She searched for her daughter for 9 days and 9 nights without eating or drinking. When she discovered that Hades, the god of the underworld, was the one who had abducted her, she returned to Olympus to see Zeus. She embraced his knees and pleaded with him to retrieve her daughter. However, Zeus, covering up for Hades, refused outright, stating that he could do nothing against his brother. Enraged, Demeter rose, and with a voice that foretold a storm, she threatened the insolent father of all gods. "Either you rescue my daughter, or nothing will ever bloom on earth again." Zeus smirked sarcastically and ignored her. But when the fields of the world became barren, without crops, and with the human race on the verge of extinction, the god of gods had no choice but to order his brother Hades to release Persephone. Demeter was reunited with her daughter in the town of Ulysses. She embraced her with joy, and this is how the earth blossomed in spring, and the crops once again covered the fields and hills. The kings of Ulysses built a sanctuary in honor of the goddess. In that sanctuary, the cycle of death and rebirth would be the central theme of the rituals, so that no one would forget that everything on earth undergoes a transformation through the eternal cycle of dying to be reborn. Amongst the rituals of the sanctuary, there was one dedicated to the fertility of Mother Earth, which only women participated in. It took place in the fields before the initiation of the mysteries. In those times, no one could have imagined that this fertility rite would spread throughout the ancient world and centuries later would be the cause of death by burning for thousands of women. One day, the queen of Ulysses invited Demeter to her royal mansion and offered her a grape drink. The goddess refused, stating that it would be sacrilege to break her fast with a beverage to the taste of Dionysius, the god of wine. The most appropriate drink for me, as the lady of the grain and seed harvest, would be the Kykeon. The queen was unaware of what it was, so the goddess explained that it was the sacred elixir that the initiates would drink during the mysteries in her temple. Then, in utmost secrecy, she gave her the recipe. We know about this recipe because it appeared years later in the hymn that Homer, the great poet, wrote for Demeter. Currently, it is stored in the library of the Archaeological Museum in Athens. However, it is incomplete, as only 3 ingredients are mentioned: barley, water, and fresh mint leaves. Therefore, the original recipe for the sacred drink consumed by the Eleusinian initiates for over 2 centuries remained a great secret that would be defended with deaths and wars. To uncover the original recipe of the sacred elixir that the goddess Demeter gave to the queen of Ulysses, Many centuries had to pass.